Joe Cool. Like Jesus, baby. What the hell up with you this morning? Lashing out, losing your shit on Gary Snowflake. Your brother was just trying to tell you about the great book of Gary Snowflake. A lot of funny shit in there, bro. Now, I want you to apologize to Gary. Everything will be right with you and me, baby. You know that, we tight. So, yeah, take a look. Great book of Gary Snowflake. There's some funny shit in there, man. Take a read. Loosen up, baby. Be cool.
And what is up, everybody? I am back with the Devil's Lettuce. We did a kind of... I couldn't find a right date to do it last week, so it was just... I got a lot of shit going on this week, last week, so it was a lot of shit. Of course, you guys know about the death of my dog and stuff, and, you know, a dog that I had for 14 years. So that was another thing, and then just a lot of behind-the-scenes shit in real life that's going on. But what's up, guys? We are back with another Devil's Lettuce. So I want to get some things out of the way first before I let people in. Of course, I'll throw the link out in the chat. Anybody that wants to join, everybody is. Suplex City. Maybe not today. Just saying. But I do got some things I got to talk about, which is right in the fucking description. And yeah, I'm hoping that I get our ashes back today. If we do, I got some stuff I'm going to do that I want to do for her. But thank you guys for all the thanks. Real quick before I do it, I want to thank everybody who has actually commented in support of what happened with my dog. And again, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys. I felt the love. So, hold on, my wife is texting me. She's like, who's on the show today? And I was like, well, whoever wants to be. Anyway, so I do got some things I want to talk about. So, what's today? Today is Thursday. So, Saturday, we do have another salt mine. Now, if you're asking where the other salt mine went, apparently when you create a stream on here, and if you don't go through it, it still says that the broadcast is there. Now, I went to take the broadcast down because, I was like, oh shit, we don't need it. Billy streamed it through Streamlabs, and I could just take it down. Apparently, that's a no-no. You take it down, it takes it down off your channel. So our first Salt Labs is not there, and I did try to contact YouTube to give them the links, like, can you guys please help me out, see if we can fucking get this show back. It was doing really well, it was really funny, it was just an all around great time. They couldn't get it back. So unfortunately, the first salt mine is not there. It's my fault. I took it again. I deleted it off of StreamYards, which apparently deletes it off your YouTube. So, but we do have another salt mine, which is going to be Saturday at 8 p.m. We got Drag's going to come on. I think Scientist Sam's still going to come back on. I'm going to try to make it there. This time I wasn't there. The first one, but I will try to be there this time. I think Bran's gonna be there. I don't know who else. So if you guys want in, message Billy on Twitter. Let him know if you want to guys get in, so we can go ahead and get that roster filled up and just see where we're going. If we got a lot of people that want to join, I'll just stay out and I'll be with you guys in the chat. 2, as you see right here below me, is the McBoomers Rejects. Now, I got some shit for it. Not from, let me know if I'm being too loud. I got these in here, so I'm getting used to these. I'm extra loud today, so if I'm really loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. So, but right behind me, so I got some shit for it from a couple of people on Twitter. This is the McBoomers Rejects little logo, and what we're going to do is we're going to give one t-shirt away for free. And the way to be able to do that is to actually watch our show. And we have these Streamlabs that is running up and stuff like that, so you're always accumulating points. I think if you watch a show, you get 10 points. If you comment on the show, I think you get some points too. Another way to get points is Super Chats and Streamlabs. If you donate through there, you'll get more points than you would doing other stuff. And you can always like gamble, heist, win more points. So we're hoping to, I don't know when the cutoff date's going to be good, or when the cutoff date's going to be, but we will send this t-shirt out to one person who wins it. I have mine. I have not worn it yet. I'm trying to wait for, don't know if I'm going to do it for the Salt Mine or if I'm going to do it for the Let's Riff Sunday, sorry. So, yeah, people were upset, calling me shocked. And that's going to be on my first docket before I send anything out to people. So, because I just kind of want to get something off my chest. Anyway, so, but again, I don't know when the cutoff date is going to be, but people who accumulate the most points, whether you chat, watch the shows, give us money or anything, donate, do the little games that you can do, like the I Heist and I Gamble, or exclamation point heist, exclamation point gamble. With any of those things, you accumulate by the, when we decided on the cutoff date, we're going to give away a free t-shirt. And that if you don't want to, if you win, if you don't want to give me your address, totally fine. Understand, this is fucking YouTube. You can give it off to somebody else. But what I'm also doing is we accumulate, like the actual channel accumulates points. At some point, I'm going to start kind of dividing our points to people. So we're going to ask some trivia. And trivia is going to be centered around past shows and stuff like that. I'll get to that in a minute, Christina. Trivia is going to be centered around past shows. So if we do a trivia time and a person gets it, then I'm going to divvy up the Geek Room's points and give it to you. So that way you can accumulate more points. So there's a bunch of ways you can fucking win, and it's going to be fun. I think Scientist Mel is actually going to do one too, so you got to watch her channel. She's going to do some of the point system. She's going to give away a free t-shirt because this little thing right here is my and Scientist Mel's brainchild. She came up with the logo. I came up with the McBoomers Rejects because we wanted to do some kind of like Rob Zombie kind of thing. So I was like, McBoomers Rejects. Let's do it this. And she liked it. So she came up with the t-shirt. Now, Christina Rain asked, can you buy one? No, because this is a parody. Even though this is a parody t-shirt, I'm not going to allow people to buy it only because I don't know the legal ramifications of making money off of it. Now, I will say this. We gotten some shit for it on Twitter. I think it was a couple of days ago. One guy was Dead Kennedy Jones, I believe. He's like unfollowed. Like he had to pull a Steve and let me know that he was going to unfollow me. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Anyway. So he unfollowed me and one other lady came up. She was like, yeah, Steve's being petty cunt, but who's one pushing out a t-shirt of his face on it? I was like, I never said I wasn't being petty about this. Is this petty? Yes, this is petty, but we're also a comedy channel that's trying to make fun of people. Why would that be any different? Like we took this off of Peter Gonna Go For It. He made the Steve McRae little thing that you say out there. So I mean, it's a parody shirt. Yeah, is it petty? Fuck yes, it is. I'm being petty right now. I don't care. Like to me, Steve's a cunt. So if I'm being petty, I'm gonna be petty. Fuck it. I'm not gonna like deny it. But I do remember there was a time, and I'm going to see if I can actually look this up real quick. If it's just, I don't even know if the shop is still there. There was a time where Steve, when the whole non sequitur show thing was going on, Steve and Kyle both had a shirt with G-Man's face on it and made money off of it. Now you can go ahead and say, oh, well, Steve didn't get none of that money. That's fine. I understand he didn't get none of that money. I don't know or not. But the thing is, he knew about that money. He knew that Kyle put that on the non sequitur shows, Teesprings, to make money off of it. So Steve done the same thing. We just did a parody of it. So let me see if I can actually find this shit. Try to find one with Steve in it at least. Yeah, I don't feel like I need to explain anything, but I still gonna do it anyway. Just because it's I mean, if you think about it, they're like, oh my god, you're being petty, and there's nothing legal that can happen to us, because Mel looked it up and stuff like that. So let me see. I can't find their Teespring. It might have been already taken down. I'm pretty sure it's been taken down. I just don't know. If anybody's got that link, just go ahead and send it to me, and I'll post it up there and show. It's like, hey, y'all guys did it too. Fuck off my dick, please. So, what is this work you speak of? Right below me, you see this little McBoomers Rejects. That's the worker I'm talking about. A very funny thing that we came up with. See, there it is. Teespring t-shirt. Let me see if it's still up there. And you can see right here. So this parody t-shirts that they have, that is Kent Hovind. The bitch made thing that wasn't theirs. Let's see. Trying to find the G-Man thing. There's another Kent Hovind. More Kent Hovind. Let's see. Looks like Aaron Raw. What the fuck did you send me, Billy? I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they took it down. Oh, okay. Never mind. So, he was sending me something. So, they did have a G-Man t-shirt, and you see they still had the Kent Hovind t-shirt there. Are you saying am I doing illogical fallacies right now? I don't know if I'm doing logical fallacies. Or are you just talking about what I'm about to talk about? Sorry, Billy's trying to message me while I'm doing a fucking show. Fuck you, Billy. Anyway, so, so one thing that did kind of spring up about this, because me and Mel talked behind the scenes, and we were like, why does anybody care? This is it's just something silly. It's something similar we're fucking doing. You know, oh, well, anyways, apparently that was textbook whataboutism. Fuck it, I don't care. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I sent everything to Peter. I'm waiting on Billy if he ever send me a photo of him. We're going to make a parody t-shirts of us. So me, Anna, Billy, also I think Scientist Mel's going to do one. But what we're going to do is we're going to make each individual t-shirts. We're all going to choose a charity of our choice, and 100% of the proceeds of that, what people buy the shirts, is going to go to that charity of choice. I think I'm going to do the Wayne Foundation if I can do it again, because I really like the Wayne Foundation. They help stop trafficking, sex victims and stuff like that. So it's and I think everybody else has got their own different kind of charity. So we're going to do that. I think it's going to be fun. Just see what goofy pictures we can have and make some money off. Not make money, but make money and give it to some charities. Fuck, Billy, stop fucking me up. And so that's what we're going to do. So those shirts should be coming pretty soon. And I'm going to go ahead and send out the link to anybody that wants to join in. That's not the link. Billy, you're a whataboutism. There we go. Alright, there's the link to join in. If you guys want to join in, just let me know. I'll just patch you through. But again, like I said, we got some shit about it from the Steve McRae crowd. And it's just a parody. The idiots are looking for holes in the armor. Don't give them a huge one. Oh, you talk about the fallacies? Look, again, it's if they're going to come at with me with, oh, you're being petty because you got Steve shirt. I mean, whatever. Yeah, the Wayne Foundation is an awesome charity, so. McBoomers and the Dingo Bear. I like that. So, and there's the StreamYards link if you guys want to come in. Oh, they're after fallacies now? Not nice. Yeah, I think I have watched one where they were. Actually, I didn't watch it. I just saw that they were live. Try to go in for about a couple, like look at it for a couple seconds, and just couldn't really stand it. So I was like, fuck it. But yeah, I think they did some kind of fallacy thing. If they want to come at me with the whataboutism fallacy, fine, fuck it. I don't give a shit. They can. Because it's the only thing they fucking got on us, so. Hey, Robbie, how you doing? Good, let me make sure. Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just had to make sure
I'm
you
on my car.
No.
If it was coming in good.
That sounds good to me. I'm surprised. Hold on. Yeah, you're roboting a little bit, so. There's Grampy. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna look, Billy. Don't worry, that's not gonna be a thing. So fuck it. So, but yeah, there's Grampy. I knew you were gonna pop up soon.
Hola, children.
Senor Grampy Lobster. So,
I have a question first. This is a serious question about this T-shirt. Is it possible to get part of the shirt cut off so we can see Billy's chest or belly when he twerks? You know, I mean, that would be hot. I want to see Billy twerk with, like a thong and that one of those T-shirts on. That would be hot. Yeah.
Billy, can we do something like that? I mean, I could do it just for what he gave us, so. Just saying.
I think your merch would sell a lot hotter, if you get Billy to, like, model it, whilst twerking.
Okay. I get what you're talking about, Billy. Sorry, I'm still talking to Billy at the same time. The whole, we're Petiosaur you thing. It's not a good look. I know, I understand, but. And he said he's not doing that. I agree.
Try to look good.
Exactly. When have we actually looked
God
good?
Damn.
He said he's not doing that idea. Aww.
Sure he will. Just throw him a biscuit or something.
Damn. So, but yeah. So I got a couple of topics. I know I got Brett Keane's fucking ass, his name in there. Then G-Man, him not being able to. He doesn't want to go. Oh, he's Billy says he's on a diet. Can have biscuits. Can we give him like steak or something?
Yeah.
Sure. That's something I can give Billy. Sure, absolutely.
Trouser snake. Just say.
I'll even throw in some A1 sauce. I'll put some A1 sauce on it for him.
That's sexy. I like that shit. We'll figure out something for you, Billy. But yeah. So hey, there's Nate Brody. I see him in the chat. How you doing, Nate?
Oh, it's Mr. Nate Brody. I love his show. Nate Brody's got a nice show. He's a nice gentleman. He really is. He's got some nice teeth, and he's got a lovely lamp. I love that lamp. I gotta get one like that for the studio. Bring class to the joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does his lamp have a law degree as well? And was his lamp also a police officer at one point? I swear I've been in a courtroom or being pulled over. So I think I've been pulled over by that lamp a few times. I was just wondering if it was the same lamp.
I don't know. Not sure.
All lamps look alike. Oh God, I'm being racist.
With Brett Keane,
So Brett Keane's back. So Brett Keane is back on YouTube again. He's Started another channel that somehow he's getting around the IP ban fucking shit. So I think somebody started a channel for him again, and he got back on. So when we did the Nate's birthday's in there. Yo, Nate.
Oh my god.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
What you guys up to in here?
Talking shit.
I'm pretty baked myself. So.
Oh my god. It's like so much right now. It's like crazy.
Oh god, yes. No, I was going over what little bit we had about Brett Keane. So if everybody remembers, like, we were going to try to have Brett Keane on the show. He got off YouTube. We wanted to have him, like, I think have Billy interview Brett just like we did with Von Helton and Nephilim Free. And the last Salt Mine, Brett Keane was actually in the chat. I thought it was another sock account. I thought it's because he was, talking shit about Von Helton and stuff like that. I was like, this can't be Brett. No, it was actually fucking Brett. Brett actually emailed me.
What?
Yeah, so Brett was like, why do you want us on? Why do you want me on the show and stuff? I was like, look, it's just something we do. We have Billy, who doesn't know people in the community. He didn't know Von Helton. He didn't know Nephilim Free. He doesn't know you. Just ask you a bunch of questions. We roll around with it and stuff like that. And he messaged me after the show, and mind you, he messaged me the same day that I put my dog down. So I'm just wanting to go to sleep. It was like, what, 1:30, and he was just fucking sending me emails, and I'm just like, Brett, shut up. I want to go to sleep. I'm just not in a good mood. And I was like, look, I'll talk with the guys tomorrow. I'll see what time we want to do this. I'll let you know. He's like, all right. After making demands that he didn't want to do through Skype, he wanted to do through Zoom or some shit like that, I was like, Brett, I'm not dealing with this tonight. The next day, I was just kind of just on with myself. I did not want, I wasn't even really on Twitter unless someone responded to, who the fuck is that? Fuck, okay. I wasn't even really on Twitter unless someone responded to the Geek Room Twitter, and then I just can, respond to something. And, I get another comment about from Brett. Brett was like, hey, when do we want to do this? Like, just really kind of pressure me, like, when we do this. I was like, Brett, look, I mean, we got lives outside of YouTube. Like, I don't know. I got to still talk with them. So let's just, we just got lives out of here, He gets pissed and take it down, which I actually got it screenshotted for Sunday show. Will Kincaid is actually in our Discord, I think, and I think he does a show with Brett Keane. I think he does. He mediates stuff between Brett, I guess. Will sends me a thing in our Discord talking about, he's like, hey, let's go ahead and set this up. And I was like, hey, I'm busy. It's like I'm doing something right. He actually messaged me while I'm actually going out and getting something to eat. And apparently Brett got so offended that I said we had lives outside of YouTube that now, in order to have Brett Keane on, he's going to choose the date, he's going to choose the time, and we had to pay him. I was like, you can tell Brett Keane he can kiss my ass and lick my taint. Yeah. I was like, I'm not paying Brett. No, fuck this. Especially after you trying to make fucking demands. So, and me and Will went back and forth.
I'm celebrity,
I know, right? And I did talk to the guys, and I could see Will's side of the argument. I could see Bran, who wanted to just have Brett on so we can kind of talk to him and make fun of him.
Hold on. Can I ask one question before you get the rest of the story?
Go for it.
How much would he, if they're considering it, how much was he charging?
I didn't even ask. I thought it was so fucking ridiculous. I was like, fuck off. It's like,
how much did the drunken peasants give Brett Keane to eat that cheeseburger that
I
time?
think it was like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it'd have been the same amount. And I can tell you right now, we don't make that much off the shows. We really don't. Well, like when we break it down, what I pay for each person, right now, all 4 of us make $30 on Patreon. And then when we get something for AdSense, whenever we actually reach the threshold, then I spread it out. I try to spread it out too. So it was just like, Brett, we don't make that fucking much. So I'm not going to pay you. Like, I agreed to do this thing for Von Helton because someone really wants to talk to him. I'm not that interested in talking to you. I just wanted to have you on, have Billy talk to you because I thought it'd be funny. And Billy doesn't want to do it because Billy feels like Brett's just doing it trying to get more subs because he started a new channel. He's looking for showtime so he can possibly get
subs are usually stock accounts.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Yeah, and I can understand that, and I can understand Bran's side. He just wants to see Billy interview fucking Brett, so because part of me does too. And I've told Will, I was like, look. Some of the cast just doesn't want him on, so I'm just going to say no. He's like, why didn't you tell us? I was like, I told Brett, give me a bit, because I have a life and I'm going through some shit right now, and I don't have the time. I told him I'd get back with him. He's the one pushing it.
So in other words, Billy is unwilling to take one for the team.
Oh
Fuck Billy.
I would get a price though, because the price is right. You know, he might just say, hey, listen, I need $5. So I can get a bid. If you guys hit me up with $5, really, just for my time, $5, that might be worth it.
I'll ask Will. It's like, how much did Brett want? Because I'm actually kind of curious. So, but it was just like this. Even my wife's like, he has the fucking audacity to make demands. Even my wife is like, fuck him. So it's just like, this is weird. Like, what? You don't get to come on someone else's channel and make demands. You know, I'll work with you like I'm working with Von Helton, but don't come up here to making demands. You already rubbed me the wrong way when you was like, oh, I don't want to do Skype. Let's do this. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Fuck, I don't care.
You know, if you're looking to get a good interview, maybe you want to interview Brett's bed. That thing's probably got some fucking stories, man. Oh.
It seems like you didn't want to negotiate it, you know? You could have negotiated a little bit.
I'm not a good negotiator, I can tell you that right now.
Because that would have been like an offer. He'd have shot me an offer. You know, hey, I want it like this. I'd have been like, well, here's what I can do. Blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My negotiating skills is this. Like when I was talking to Von Helton, I told him this lady wants to talk to him, and he was like, all right, so how much am I going to get monetarily wise for coming on? You know, because you know I'm going to get jumped. I was like, dude, I can give you $30. That seems kind of low. I was like, well, that's all you're getting. He was like, all right, you better have that $30 ready. And I was like, damn, you must be really desperate.
Maybe you could throw an 8x10 glossy of Billy with duck lips.
Ooh.
You know?
Can we do that, Billy?
That might work.
That might work, yeah. Okay, so
tiara, you know.
All right, so this is Brett Keane's price: $150 plus my 10% commission, but we can negotiate. He's had time to cool off, and I was like, so $150.
How many bags of shit will it take to come up with?
But now, I think we'd like. I would say this. Now, this is for him to come on your show, right?
Yeah.
So that's assuming you guys make $150 bucks, right? Because if you guys don't make $150 bucks, you're actually losing money just by having them on the show. So I don't know. Maybe it just might be one of those conversations like, Brett, we don't make $150 a show. No. You know? So, and then I would probably want to list it. Well, what other shows have you gone that has paid you $150 per appearance? That's kind of high.
Exactly. I know. Look, I guess he thinks we make the drunken peasant money. So what?
Throw in some Geek Room merchandise. You know? T-shirt, you know.
Do they make that size? I have to check what a Teespring store shit.
You know, you got to spend money to make money, though. You know what I'm saying? You know,
true that.
Brett Keane's gonna bring in those troll dollars for everybody. The hate dollars that are gonna roll in from fucking listening to Brett Keane be a piece of shit.
Yeah, but on one video, all at once, to me, he's gonna make $150 just by having Brett Keane on. I don't know.
Yeah, and really seriously, I mean, what more can Brett Keane actually say? I mean, I understand Billy's never like heard much about Brett Keane, but there's a lot of videos out there that and Billy, you know, when Billy, when you do that one segment where, you know, Billy goes next topic or whatever like that, he doesn't have the patience to like enjoy the lulls, right, and embrace them.
I would say Billy does, because he how long did we spend with Von Helton? And we were going to keep going until like my internet.
Yeah, that was stinky though, man. That was.
But that was another thing that Brett wanted. He's like, I don't want past drama to come up, and I was like, well, then what else? I mean, I guess we could talk about you when you're atheist, then you fucking turn non-atheist. But I mean, other than that. What else we got to talk about?
The atheists turned their back on him and wouldn't pay for his van to get fixed anymore, and he was going to get evicted and everything. And the Christians came around and gave him money, and that's how he became a Christian. For monetary purposes only.
I was in, I don't know, I drank like a bottle of, you know, most of my stories begin with I drank so like a couple of weeks ago I was sick, so I decided that Fireball would be a great soother for my cold, and ended up drinking a whole bottle of this crap. And at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I get on this chat from that not Brett Keane, what's the Will Kincaid guy, and then I end up talking to Brett Keane. I'm in this room with Brett, and they're talking about Ilhan Omar, who happens to be the congressperson from my district in Minneapolis. So I'm drunk and indignant, and then Brett just goes into like one of the most racist freaking things I've heard him say, and I don't know if it's because he's always like that or because he was talking to, you know, if he has that guard up where everyone he doesn't know is someone he has to insult immediately, if that makes sense.
That's pretty much what Brett does, you know.
He did all right, well, he did make a video on us, and I thought the video was funny, but I'm not going to trust Brett because I know he's a flagger. Like, I know he will. I know Bran put it in for the queue for I know Bran put it in the queue for Sunday show, but I'm just not going to trust him to not try to flag us. Yeah, so that's why I was like, yeah. Like, Brad, I know if I play your video, you're going to flag us. But he did make a video on us, and the first thing he just started with an insult. Like, so it was just like, all right. And I was willing to work with Brett a little bit. I was like, hey, look, man, I'll work with you. If you don't want to talk about a lot of the past stuff, we won't bring up a lot of the past stuff. But, I mean, if it goes there, you can't, you know, get pissed about it, so.
You know, maybe you could set up an interview with Rev and Brett Keane at the same time, and you could talk about domestic abuse.
Oh, no.
That's another thing. Like, Rev said, I didn't get to watch the Betty thing because I didn't really want to be too pissed off.
Oh, God, I got fucking triggered.
But apparently he said he would go on our show to talk about something. What did he want to talk about?
Who, Rev?
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted you guys to come up with somebody who could, what do you say, somebody that's an expert at reading body language, right? And that person that you got that could read body language, right, would tell you people, right, and tell everybody else that Rev was really serial about his convictions and stuff, and he wasn't joking around. So that was pretty much, that's when he mentioned you guys.
I don't know anybody like that. Who the fuck would I get? Like, I don't know anyone.
Dude, look, you can watch anybody with I don't know, even somewhat limited social skills and awareness of their surroundings and people, just the bottom level of people with a little bit of understanding, right?
Yeah.
Can look at him, right? Look at his body language. Not only tell that he's still on drugs, right?
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
doing that a little bit because, you know, I mean, well, people that have done things like that can usually tell. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't look sincere. He looks like a little cuck that sits on a toilet and talks. You know, and let Shanny fucking tell him what to fucking say because he doesn't have his own opinion.
Like he's hiding in his fucking bathroom from his wife.
Should grab that whip.
I just want to know how long Shanny can stay in that bathtub without getting out. You know, I mean, think about it. That bathtub must be in some fucking pain right now. Think about the bathtub. It's like, oh, we almost got it this time. Let's get 5 more fucking gallons of fucking vegetable oil.
Oh shit. I don't know anybody like that. Like I don't even know where to even fucking look, and I'm not gonna go up to some random person like, hey, some jackass on a fucking internet wants you to read his body language to tell if he's lying or not. I have never done like pills and stuff like that. The worst I've done was fucking weed. Like that's the worst I've done. I got offered like some hard stuff. I just never done it. It's just something I wasn't interested in.
Well, you're a good citizen too, Billy.
Oh, you call me Billy. Anyway,
Billy,
but
you're just a piece of shit. Sorry.
But I've seen people on it. Like I had a good friend who had took some crack or something. He had it just like Rev, like just out of nowhere. He was okay. Then all of a sudden he starts crying, takes the fuck off out my door. We had to chase his ass down the damn down the road because he was upset that his grandfather died 2 years ago. But then, like, we couldn't find him. Like, we lost him. We're like, oh shit, this dude's gonna fucking die out here. Like, he's probably naked in the graveyard right now.
Yeah, losing a tweaker, man, can.
I get to my house. There that
like
motherfucker was.
Find the tweaker. You know?
Yeah, there that motherfucker was sitting on my couch. Like, hey everybody. He's like, what the fuck just happened, dude? Like, he then told us, like, yeah, I took a hit. And I was like, don't do that again in my house. Like, I didn't know what the hell happened. And I've had people who popped pills before. And that cotton mouth that you get from popping pills, Red fucking had that shit. Like, he had cotton mouth like a motherfucker.
Well, admittedly, he's never learned how to brush his teeth or wash his mouth or, I don't know.
All right, so
That's the film from Shanny's ass that was around his lips.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Baffles me how the man wrote a book.
I do apologize. I got really fucked up.
No offense to people that do that. I've never, even any of my ex-girlfriends, I've never done that. Like, I've went down on them, but not like that.
Lick their ass?
No.
Come on, you licked some ass before. Robbie,
I just think that's nasty. But I mean, if every people do it, that's their prerogative. I just ain't. I don't know.
And I want to say, I want to say what Rev said about his teeth. About I'm just Irish German, and he goes, "Fuck you, dude. That is not a trait. My teeth don't look like that. That's because you fucking smoke, and that's where that little film is." And
well, no, it's because he doesn't. It's got nothing to do with what he eats or if he smokes. I mean, smoking, I get it. You get that yellow tint. Yeah, I get that, right? Yeah. But that's not from smoking, or that's from like literally not washing out the inside of his fucking mouth, right?
Exactly.
I mean, even his lips. I mean, they were not only crusty but scabby. And just you know what I mean? I mean, wash if before you leave your house, right? Or even when I get, sometimes I go off camera because I get a little bit conscious about I think I might be drooling or my nose might be running or something, or I cough a lot and things like that. So I'll take myself off the camera, mute my mic, things like that, right? People, whatever. But Rev, he sticks his face up as close as he possibly can and shows this crust. Oh, my God, that is a hell of a beard.
Yeah, that's nice. Holy shit.
He'll put his face as close as he can to the fucking camera and let you see almost in HD the shit that's on his fucking lips and the contours of it. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, that's not genetic. I mean, if that's genetic, then his mother was probably toothless, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Did you guys have
it's this whole thing. Oh, it's genetic. Your size can be genetic. Certain traits can be genetic. The color of your eyes, all sorts of things like that. But shitty fucking teeth, right? That's your responsibility. That's on you, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you guys have to do fluoride washes when you were in grade school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the whole
80s when I
fluoride.
went to
Yeah.
school, all about
Chris
doing the
put
fluoride
fluoride.
wash.
Yeah.
They still do that. Like my son got his teeth done yesterday, and they did a fluoride wash, and so.
Yeah, when I was in grade
At
school,
his age. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say at his age he shouldn't. I mean, he's probably younger than me. I'm 38. I mean, he should have.
Robbie, you're gonna tell me with that face you've never eaten any
taking
ass.
care of him. Now, if he was in his 50s. No, I'm.
I love you, Robbie.
I know people. I've done a girl up the ass because she wanted to, but I've never went up like my.
That's how Robbie got it.
My last
Hemorrhoid medications too. After he slammed her in the ass. Sorry, Robbie. I'm sorry. You're my favorite bald guy. You really
like that.
Damn, that turned sexual quick.
Unless Bran turned
man. I can't imagine all women.
It did take a turn.
Robbie had better internet right now because it's funny as fuck.
I don't know. After hearing that, Bonzilla, I got just anyway.
I do apologize. I am really fucking high right now, guys. So. I mean, it's called devil's lettuce, so I fucking I ate a brownie and a whole bunch of gummies today, so I'm fucking peaking right about now. So get ready.
I'm actually kind of jealous right now, so because I got to go in later, and it's like I got to be sober.
Hey Frankie, I wanted to ask you a serious question though, and I sent you a message last night.
Oh, shit,
First of all, yeah, remember the message I sent you about that video that I did?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so honestly, your honest opinion, what did you think about my lip syncing skills?
I like it, man. It made me laugh. Like it put me in a good mood. Like I watched it, I was like, I like it, but I can still fucking work it. So
it made you laugh. Wow, that wasn't really what I was going for.
Well,
I was gonna say, that was really metal, dude, and
no, it was metal.
Use of hair, things like that. You look like you really got into it, and you go, well, it made me laugh.
No, you did get into it, and that's why I liked it because you put so much into it, and it was great. So I was like, that's what I wanted for it. So
I watched that, and then I didn't read the whole comment. I didn't really realize that you were going for just the mouth parts, and I didn't realize that until after I did the fucking lip sync thing. But I had never seen the song before, right?
Yeah.
I watched it, and I watched the guy in the video, and because I didn't know who he was, right? Never heard the song. I watched the guy in the video. I watched the video itself like 10 times in a row. Got to understand, the lyrics and stuff like that. Then I did the karaoke thing with it, where they showed the words and shit, right? And it took like 5 takes. Because I was trying to get the lip, I just learned the song, But yeah, finally I was like, okay, here we go, and that's what came out, and I just, but I didn't know until after the fact that all you really wanted was the mouth movement. So then I was like, geez, somebody. See, this is part of my problem. I don't read directions all the way through, right? And that's been my issue most of my fucking life.
So you're the worst cam girl ever. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'd be doing shit without the tips. You know what I'm saying? People say, "Hey, we do this,"
All right, so real quick, what Grampy's talking about? If you haven't followed us on Twitter or anywhere else, is I'm doing another video, kind of like how we did the "Where's the Love" video. The what else was it? The suicide awareness video. I'm doing another one.
Where's the Love video was another one where I really didn't fucking understand the directions or the instructions till after the fact.
But I think with the Where's the Love video, I think it made it better with your commentary, because that commentary made me. like it was like I can use this. I just got to figure out how I can use this, and it was great. So the way I put it, I was like, that's fucking perfect. So I wouldn't want it any other way. But there's another video I'm going to try to do, which is more or less on abuse and stuff like that. I thought about this like a couple weeks ago. And if anybody wants to do it, let me know. I do. You can follow us on Twitter. We could talk there and stuff like that. But the song is "I'm Not Jesus" and it's by Apocalyptica featuring Corey Taylor. It's one of my favorite songs.
Actually, a good song.
Yeah, it is. And the way I want it is, I want it like an angry video about people who either support people who have been abused in their lives, or if you have been, and just kind of get that little anger out. I want the anger in it, so I wanted to just kind of like the mouth part. So that's what I'm working on right now. I have a couple of people that's getting it in. I don't have a time frame yet because I'm kind of like just a lot of shit going on. So I'm still working on that. Lobster just went ahead and gave me his, so I got his. So I am working to do that.
You'll see the lobster like you've never seen him before. You know what I'm saying?
An angry lobster.
An angry lobster with hair flying around and being really emotional and stuff, but smiling on the inside.
All right, for anybody that doesn't like Corey Taylor, look, I grew up listening to Slipknot, so I grew up listening to Slipknot and Corey Taylor, so excuse me if you don't like Corey Taylor. I still like him. Even my wife, who used to listen to Slipknot back in the day, does not like Slipknot's music now or Corey Taylor's music. It's like, yeah, I don't like him. I still like him. I still listen to his shit. I still listen to the old fucking Seether albums, and so Zach Chubb, Stone Sour. Anyway, so I am working on that. If you guys want to, I'll make a post in our community session if you guys want to help out with that. I think it'd be a kind of a cool video. Again, all I need is you lip singing, like a really angry lip singing, just your mouth right here, or just kind of like right in there. I can give you, if you look up OTEP Trick, that's kind of the feel I'm going for, which is also a very good fucking band too. So,
which is totally something I didn't do. So.
Well, actually, you kind of did, but I can actually work it. That's why I said it's like, 'cause that's what I'm going for the video. I can actually make it work just like that. So again, your video is perfect. So don't worry about it.
Solar Marshall made a comment because I put it in the Fun Brigade Discord. He made a comment. He says, "Nice use of hair." You know.
Well, look, if you got long hair, you got to use it in metal. So.
Oh yeah, it's a tool. It's a prop, man. You know. Plus, I can grow hair, and it really seriously, when I tell you that, it upsets some people that a 60-year-old man can have hair as beautiful as this. You know? I'm not kidding you. There are people out there. I'm not talking about Robbie. He's bald and he accepts it, right? But there are people out there that are really upset because a 60-year-old man has really great long hair, and they don't. That's just a fact. And it's been a while, but I've actually gotten emails. I've had people in the comment sections like, "Why do you have long hair like that?" You know, like, well, what do you look like? You know, I mean, fuck you, you know?
Exactly.
It's the only source of vanity I have left. You know, it's.
Steve's unimpeachable honor and integrity. You know what? Look, I'll accept it. I got shitty taste in metal. You know, so.
You know
again, it's what I grew up on.
You don't listen to Striper, you know. And Winger.
I like Striper. I like Winger too.
She's only 17. You know, they blame Beavis and Butthead for ruining their career in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mike gets mad. Yeah, Mike does. Mike Winger gets really mad about that.
Yeah, Kip Winger. He was
Kip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's where he came from, though. People, you know.
He's a hell of a guitarist.
Well, yeah, you know, and that's the thing. There's a lot of bands out there that I don't really like their music, but they're good musicians, right? And a lot of bands get stuck in a shtick, right? Especially in a lot of these bands I found out later on, like in these new wave bands, right? Where they played these weird. A lot of these guys were seriously good musicians, right? But it was like the new wave period. and that was how they got into the business, right? But a lot of them were really actually very good musicians, you know. But yeah, you know, you find your shtick and you can make money in the music industry, you know. I mean, you know.
So Betty says Shenny dyes her hair too often. Yeah, it's like I dyed my hair once. I did it like red. And then a fucked up thing is I did it like it was like Ronald Madonna red. Like it was really fucking red.
A redhead, man.
It wasn't
Were
even
you
like
all fiery and everything.
yeah, like it was like red as like the fucking that's behind me, my little image. It was that
Like,
red. Bad thing was I was studying to be I went through I was going to trade school to be a mechanic. So eventually, like when you do dye your hair, that color kind of comes out. Except for what I had to do, it basically was a bleach and then it dyes. Yeah. So as the color was coming out, my hair started turning pink. So I got so much shit in the shop for having pink hair. And then I had a lip ring too, so you can tell like I was the odd one out of the whole fucking bunch.
They were probably wondering, you know, is he a pickle smoocher? So our legal department found out actually that the term pickle smoocher is not homophobic or any way illegal or hate speech for another year. That term is still legal. You can call somebody a pickle smoocher, and that comes from the law offices of Gary Snowflake. And
Gary Snowflake.
I've gotten into Gary Snowflake for the past couple of days.
He's funny. He did the one today. He's got emo in a diaper and a little Valentine's thing, like Cupid.
Oh, God.
That man is crazy. God damn. That's why I love this part of the country, because there's some crazy motherfuckers out here. And then when they talk like him, this is what I tell people about the accents, right? Is when you get, you know, I know people that sound like Gary Snowflake in real life, right? And watching them talk sometimes is better than literally any fucking they can be talking to their mother and having a nice conversation, right? They can be doing pretty much anything as long as they're communicating, right, vocally. And it's some of the most entertaining shit I've ever seen in my life, right? Just the way it sounds, right? And I know I'm wrong for that. You know,
it's not like I get a chuckle sometimes when you do the whole the New England accent when you're like really like that shit makes like I'll just sit there and listen to one of your videos and all of a sudden you do that and I start laughing. I used to like sometimes it can actually make like somebody seem like not scarier but like meaner, because I used to work for a lady who she was a New Yorker, like she had the accent and everything. And I worked for the animal shelter for a while back ago, and this woman wanted to declaw her cat, and it's something that you just don't do because it makes a cat meaner. And
dude, what?
If declaw a cat, basically, you basically take the top fingers off, and that's how they're connected. And
well, they're all criminals, you know that, right?
Exactly.
So sometimes you have to take drastic measures, you know, when they're gonna go stealing cars and, you know, stealing your credit card and buying catnip at night, you know, from, you know.
But like, I wasn't. I think I was working through some kind of program.
So
yeah, and she was always a nicer lady, but when she got real mad, that New Yorker accent came out. Like it just it come out. Like she already had the accent. It just got worse. I was about to reach for the door of the cat adoption. It swings open, and she just sits there and screams, "We're not declawing your fucking cat!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" I almost ran out and quit that day because she scared the shit out of me. And just slams the door. She was like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Nothing." So,
I'm sorry that I came here.
So it was like, wow. Never since then I had a thing for accents, because around here, because we all got the country accent. Even with me, people are like, "Are you from here?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm not that countrified, I guess.
You don't have that twang.
Yeah, and when you get someone out of state, you fucking know it, and then they stand out. And God forbid you get somebody out of like just from another country. I had someone come and to my store who was Irish, and I just sat there and I just wanted to listen to him all fucking day.
You know, I gotta tell you, my in-laws, right? I mean, my father-in-law passed away this last year. I love this guy. When they would go, and they go on vacation quite a lot. They went to France. They've been to England. They've been around a lot of the country. You know, they love, New Englanders love vacation because winter sucks so bad here, right? But anyway, when they would come back, right, it would all on a cruise or anything, right? They always came back and they were like, "Oh my God, everybody was so excited! Oh my God, they were wondering, where's your accent from?" You know, and that's not what she sounds like. But my father-in-law, he had this big bushy mustache, right? And he was like the coolest guy. And this guy had he'd done a lot of things, right? He really did. Yeah, retired air guard. He made jewelry. He did a lot. I mean, he did a lot of different things back when Rhode Island was part of the industrial world. But because they used to make literally a lot of shit here that they make in China now, right? Costume jewelry, a lot of stuff, right? But my Mrs. Lobster nicknamed him Cliff Clavin, right? Now he had this thick, and I love this guy. If you could have a father-in-law like him, this is the one you want, right? But he would, my wife, before I ever met him, she goes, I call him, she goes, "Have you ever watched Cheers?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Remember Cliff Clavin?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That's my dad." And when you would meet Frank, right, it was very, very quickly you understood exactly why, because the man knew enough about enough things, and then he would start going off in a different direction, kind of like when I am when I'm stoned, you know?
Yeah.
Or pretty much any other time. But like somebody would say something, right? And we'd all be having a conversation. And all of a sudden it's like somebody said the word boat, right? And all of a sudden he starts this conversation about Mercury outboard motors and stuff, right? Which I know literally nothing about. People that know me know that mechanical stuff and engines and stuff is like Chinese to me. It's just something that I'm not into, right? And he keeps going on about this stuff, and everybody's like looking around, and finally his wife looks and he goes, "Frank, what are you talking about?" And he goes, "I'm talking about," he goes, "nobody else is talking about this shit. What are you talking about?" And it just, but yeah, they'll get into like all these conversations and stuff, and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck the original, you know, but it's funny as shit. But every time they would go on vacation, right, they would people would say, "Oh, everybody was always wondering where we was from. You know, apparently we were very popular. They said we talked funny and everything." And I'm like, "Oh God, this." I mean, the first time I ever met him when they came to Oregon, before I moved out here. The guy gets off the plane, right? He was still smoking at the time, but he gets off the plane. He doesn't fly well. He likes vacation, but he hates the flying because he couldn't have a cigarette, you know, and he can't get up and stuff, you know. No, not much of an attention span with certain things, right? He gets off the fucking plane, right? I mean, fuck the baggage, right? He goes straight outside. He looks at me, never met me a day in his life. He goes, "Where's the smoking section?" You know? So we went across the street to this little smoking shack. Then he was worried about his fucking luggage, right? But yeah, it's the accents, man. It's the accents, the personalities, and the fact that so many people out here are going to tell you to fuck off, right? Eat a bag of shit, go fuck yourself. You know, I mean, not even meaning to really go fuck yourself. It's a greeting where I live, right? Hey, go fuck yourself. I'm serious. You know, it's, you know.
Yeah. It's kind of like
it's got character.
Yeah.
It's like out here, you know, you don't get a suntan. What you do is you get good color. You know, people don't get tanned out there; they get good color. It's like, oh my God, you've got good color today. You know.
I'm from Illinois originally, but I've been living here in Minneapolis for.
Oh, so I'm sure right now you don't have very good color.
No. Minneapolis fan,
I bet you can't wait for summer. You gonna go to the beach?
Oh yeah, we're going to the beach, you know, and then we're having Frank. He's coming over next weekend. We're having the hot dish. Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember hot dish. Yeah, I've known some people from.
This is funny that that's their word for casserole.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. Before I met Mrs. Lobster, I had this chick that I was actually saying this at a show the other night. This chick was living with me, right? And we kind of met in weird circumstances and stuff. And, I don't know, I like to have somebody clean my house and stuff. But anyway, this chick needed a place to stay. She ended up staying for a while, and then, things happened. But anyway, I didn't know that she was a recovering alcoholic, right? So, but she knew I smoked pot, right? And she smoked a little bit, right? Well, I was talking one day, and I said, I drink beer. I like beer, and stuff like that. But she goes, well, I don't drink. And this is before I really knew much of anything. But she goes, I really don't drink, but if I did, it would be vodka, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, I can handle vodka. I started drinking martinis, right? That's when I realized that alcoholics like vodka, a lot of them, right? Because you can't, and it's they think that people can't detect vodka. But it got to the point, that, oh, shit. But she was from Iowa. And they had casseroles, right? I like some casseroles. Some casseroles are really good, But with her, everything was a goddamn casserole. I said, does everything have to be in one fucking pot, one dish? I mean, don't you believe in side dishes, right? Even side dishes are almost like a fucking casserole. The only thing that's not a casserole is the butter bread or whatever, or the biscuits. But oh shit. But yeah, but I was gonna make enchiladas one time. I like to make Mexican food, right? I was gonna make homemade enchiladas one night. She goes, the only enchiladas that I'll eat that are any good is my enchilada casserole, right?
That's pretty good though.
A chick from Iowa is gonna tell me how to fucking make Mexican food, right? Enchiladas, right? Which are technically Tex-Mex, I get that, right? But anyway, so she makes this enchilada casserole, right? And I got to tell you one thing. There was literally nothing enchilada about it, right? So there wasn't. And she got offended when I told her. I said, it doesn't taste bad, but that's not a fucking enchilada, Oh, jeez.
Yeah, an enchilada is, is just...
Yeah, it's a rolled tortilla, maybe like oil, slightly fried, get it hot. You put the stuff in it, and you roll it up, and you pour the fucking sauce and the cheese and... but no, this was literally nothing like it, it's like out here, right? You know what sloppy joes are? Okay, out here they're called dynamites, but they're not. But dynamites aren't sloppy joes. Dynamites have a different fucking spice in them, right? That's why that's why they call them dynamites. Everybody has their own recipe, right? Who's got the best dynamites, right? I've tasted so many fucking places, right? And people that make dynamites, right? And it tastes like sloppy joes. But if you tell people that out here, they get pissed off because it's not sloppy joes, it's dynamites. I'm like, there's a difference. And I'm like, what? Some of it tastes, it's good. I get it. If you like sloppy joes or, chili mac, another thing, elbow macaroni, what chili mac is, right? Out here, that's called American chop suey. Not kidding. They sell it in diners. American chop suey. I'm thinking it's going to be some noodle dish. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No, it's elbow macaroni and it's fucking chili mac, It's good. People, they do it their own style and stuff, but it's fucking chili mac. Seriously. But don't call it that,
I haven't, and nor will I ever eat chili mac ever again after being
chili
Army,
after being in what?
The Army. I ate so much goddamn chili mac, I never fucking want to see this shit ever again.
See, I liked the Army food, I just...
Did you ever see how it's made?
Yeah, hey, who didn't? Anybody that spent any time in the Army had a friend that was a cook. Oh, I never had to do KP, but I knew guys that worked in the mess hall. Oh yeah, you're cooking for a lot of people. It's not like you're at home and stuff like that. But I mean, it's like saying, you know how they make sausage? It's like, shut up. Yeah.
It's like, we know how to make, so it just doesn't
Have
matter.
you
It tastes
seen
good.
what they put in hot dogs? Oh,
Have you actually ever seen how they make fucking chicken nuggets? That shit's kind of horrific. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's that you still fucking eat it. And I'm talking about like the chicken nuggets you get from like McDonald's and stuff like the pink paste. You ever watch that shit? That shit might turn you vegan because it almost did me. But I mean, it's not. Just saying.
Yeah, fuck. I'll eat that shit. I don't care. I don't eat a lot of it. I mean, the chicken nuggets. Yeah, I get that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of that food, people tell you, oh, don't eat that shit. It's like, fuck off. I eat it sometimes. I don't eat it all the time. But you get these people that go, oh, you should never eat that. You're like, don't eat taco, don't eat Burger King. Oh, if you eat, that's processed. It's like, okay, what's your fucking point? I mean, if you don't,
80% of the stuff you buy in grocery stores is processed, unless you're gonna go like special everything, and it's gonna cost a lot more. And if you're on a budget, you can't, you're not gonna be able to eat like that.
Yeah, when I buy produce, some of that organic stuff. I used to go to these farmers markets when I lived in Oregon. They had them all over the place, right? They had these old farmers markets, and for a long time, all the organic stuff looked like it was like it looked like really shitty fruit or vegetables. It didn't look nice like the other ones, and the organic stuff was twice as expensive.
Exactly. If they want us to eat organic, I mean, I understand like it takes. I don't think it even takes a lot. They just don't pump them full of the stuff that they do.
Give a fuck about your food.
Exactly. Like if you want us to eat organic, make it cheaper. We'll eat it. But shit, it's like the chicken that's organic is like almost what, like $8 to $10.
Yeah, because they let the chickens run around and be free and play volleyball and shit like that, and have bingo night on Wednesdays. So it's all, their life is all peachy swell and everything like that. See, that's what gets me. What I don't understand, right? For years, when feeding a world, right? A lot of people think, oh, if people just raise their own food, right? So, and their own meat, their own vegetable, like people used to do, right? But there's a lot of people now. The majority of the people in the world that don't have the ability or the acreage, the room or whatever to do that, right? So you when you're feeding the world, it's like when they talk. I mean, I get it. Like chickens that have to sit in those little fucking cages their whole life, or the way they treat the animal. I get that, right? But automation has been able to feed the world because there's a lot of fucking people there, right? Some things in the world aren't pretty, right? You'd like to think that every animal that ever had to die so you could have a meal lived a happy, carefree life, skipping all tra-la-la free and, all that shit in a fucking forest somewhere or in a meadow. But that's just not the way shit works, There's a little bit more humane ways to, I don't know, process like hundreds of cows or chickens or something like that a day. But that's a lot of fucking people to feed. You can't just like, it's not like killing a chicken at grandma's farm, which I actually saw that one time and it was very traumatic, right?
Yeah, I see it too.
Like, whip a fucking chicken and then chop their fucking head off. That's something that you never, ever, ever forget saying, and it will haunt you in your dreams. But not everybody can do that, right? People need to be fed, right? Yeah. And it's, that's the way it's like chicken farms, right? They go, oh, they've got these chicken houses where these chickens live and shit. Yeah, because it's a lot easier chasing fucking eggs, than like looking around under all the rocks and bushes to see if, the little chicken that's running around free, and that might sound harsh and stuff to a lot of people that go, oh, but they shouldn't have to suffer like that. I'm sorry, but, feeding the world is a little bit, on a timely matter and as inexpensive as possible,
I mean, I went down that whole route. Like, I went vegan for a while, and it was mainly to lose weight. And you can lose weight going vegan, because then you kind of almost like a strict diet. But then again, you have to do a little bit more research, because you got to get your protein in. But I mean, it was just.
Well, you know, that's how Bran found out about sucking dicks. He looked up different ways to get protein, and he goes, you know, this seems like an easy way to make money and lose weight. You know.
Shit. Like recently, like I passed by this chicken place that processed the chickens. Like you see the truckload full of chickens, yeah. And there was a couple people like they had what looked like a dead dog. It's like, would you do this if there was your dog? And it's like, you're gonna end up asking the wrong person one day, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I still eat it. So,
yeah,
what you say?
Well, there are people that actually eat their pets when they die.
I actually knew a guy that offered me $50 for my dog one time, and he wouldn't tell me that he would or wasn't going to eat it. And he was seriously, he goes, because I had to get rid of the dog. I was moving, I was in the military, you know, stuff, and I was trying to find a home for it, right? And luckily I ended up finding one, but this guy literally offered me $50 for it, right? And he wouldn't tell me, and there was a reason I asked him, right? Because I knew part of his diet where he came from, that this was a thing, right? And he had no problem with it, or where he lived, or where he came from. And so I'd asked him, right? I said, is my dog going to end up like on the back grill, you know, or in the oven? And he seriously looked at me. He goes, I can't tell you. He goes, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I hated this dog. I really did. Me and this dog never liked each other, right? It was an ex-wife dog, right? And this dog never liked me. And as much as I hated this dog, right? This dog would shit on the floor and look at me and go, what are you going to do? But,
oh, no.
Anyway, so this dog just did not like each other, right? But something in me, the goodness in me, right, was like, you know what? I hate this dog's guts, you know, and I really don't give two fucks about this dog. But there's no way in the world I could ever live with myself if I ever killed this dog, because I just would never know, you know, because I'd be like, hey, where's your dog? Oh, he's on vacation, you know.
Like going back to the chicken thing is. There is a breed of chicken that we use for a lot of the fucking meat that's bigger than regular chickens. Now, that you can call it kind of like we were assholes because we kind of messed with it, and now these chickens, if they don't, they grow up real fast, and because of that, they will have a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we don't like, it's not like. This is not a reason to justify, like, oh, we need to eat all the chickens because if we don't, this is just me. It kind of is. Like, these chickens end up going to die anyway. Like, they're going to have a heart attack. And then, I mean, it's just...
At one point, I had relatives that had a Purdue chicken farm in southern Maryland. And it's a very well-kept place, very clean. And they would get these truckloads of baby chickens, and they would raise them. Purdue would pay for the food. The only thing these people had to do was pay for basically the property, electricity, you know. Even I don't even think sometimes they had to pay for the structures, you know, but you had to maintain it. And it's like a 24-hour-a-day job, right? And very, very little time off. And the chickens would come in. Some of the chickens would end up being like, I don't know what you call handicapped chickens, you know, with the legs sticking out funny and stuff like that. And they would have, and it was sad, but they would have to like weed them out, and because it was like defective product, you know. So it was almost like genocide or euthanasia type process, but yeah. But those chickens got big fast. Yeah. Right. And not like the little chicken, because I've had a few chickens. I mean, you got to talk to Doc Zayek or whatever. He's got a lot of chickens, but I've had chickens before, you know. And when you get the little tiny chicks, you know, they don't get that big that fast like them fucking fryer chickens do, you know. And it's the same with some cows, you know, pigs and stuff, you know. You feed them good, and then you have pork chops.
Yeah, the way I look at that, I mean, I do feel empathy for animals or whatever, but the way I kind of look at that is, we're just lucky that we are where we are on the food chain. If we weren't as strong as we were on the food chain, we would be somebody else's.
Yeah, they could be eating us, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's, you know, I'm not against people being vegan, but what annoys me is, and I have one person I'm friends with on Twitter that preaches it all the time, these really extreme vegans. Like, you talk about eating a chicken sandwich or something, and they blast you. You know.
How can you eat eggs? Oh my God. You know.
Yeah. Like,
I know people in Oregon, right? If you cut a tree down, you know, the tree breathes, you know, the tree cries, you know, it's like, no, it's a fucking tree. You know what I mean? It's a tree. It's a tree. You know, they're like, but it's one of God's creatures. It's a living, breathing. It's a tree, dickhead. You know, or you know, jeez. I mean, I get the whole nature thing. You know, there's a lot of beauty in nature. There really is. But when people start, like, literally, I'm telling you seriously, I knew these people. I lived, like, Grants Pass, Oregon, right? Have you ever heard of the Redwood Highway? That song, you know, this land is your land, this land is mine.
Oh, yeah.
The Redwood Highway literally starts in Grants Pass, Oregon, okay? Goes through the Redwood Forest into California and stuff, right? Very familiar with the Redwood Highway, right? And it's a beautiful forest. It really is. There's some majestic, fucking beautiful sites there that you know are amazing, right? People come from around the world there to go. But people literally worship like the mountain or the, you know, and I'm not talking about, you know, oh, they admire the beauty. It's like a fucking religion, right? I'm not talking about like just going out and sightseeing. These people, they rub their bodies in the earth, you know, to feel at one with the nature and all this crap. You know, they hug trees. The term tree hugger is a real fucking thing. I've known people that hug fucking trees. There are people that will try to fuck a tree, make love to a tree, you know. Oh, there's some weird.
All right,
seriously,
like. And so Bran's on. I think today is his last day. He's on. He got in trouble on Twitter. So, because like I found like an article from what was it? I can't even remember the fucking Vice. That's what it was about where these like the ecosexuals were coming in, or like only way we can save the earth is to fuck the earth. And I'm like, well, that's a good way to get dirt in your pee-pee hole. So I was trying to make a joke off of that, and some guy was like, yeah, it did. Anyway, but there are people who think, like, yeah, if you fuck this, if fuck the earth, you know, save it. And it was just like, and look, if you get turned on about that stuff, go for it. I'm not king shaming anybody, but I'm just saying it's a good way to get dirt in your pee-pee hole. So I'm still sticking by that. So
yeah, it's like people that talk about having sex at the beach, right? You know, have you ever had sex on a beach before, or in a really sandy area? You get fucking sand between your legs and like around your body, and that starts fucking scratching. I don't know anybody that has ever like not had a bad. I mean, if there's a blanket or a towel there, sure, you know. But usually in the movies, you would see a couple like running and they trip and fall and roll, and the waves are splashing in, and they're, you know, making out and having sex and everything like that, you know, and they never talk about afterwards when they're going, God, Jesus Christ, I got sand in my balls now, you know, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be shitting sand for a month. God damn, oh, fuck. You know, and the woman's got fucking sand in her Gucci and shit, you know, it's going to be raw for a fucking week, you know, fucking hormones, you know.
All right, let me see if I can change this bot, because apparently, like, I'm sorry, Will's lost a shit ton of points.
Hey, how do you get into those fucking heist things and stuff? Because I mean,
I wanted to ask too, Grampy. I have no idea either.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm in your Discord and I see you guys do that on your streams or something. I'd like to join Dragnauct's Discord, but I think you've got to be invited or so. I don't know, but I've never seen a. I don't know. I don't pay attention to much, but yeah. What is this heist thing and penny candies?
It's just something like you can do in game to get up points. Most of like the points like don't really have anything to do, like
Right.
It's just points. But some people are using kind of like how we're using it to like for people to win the design on with the shirt and stuff like that. So it's
yeah, you know, I mean,
yeah. Other than that, it's nothing but something like fun you could do in the chat. So, but I'm trying to figure out why.
How do you do it though? How can I get involved in the side chat? You know, I mean, do I have to be on the Discord at the same time you're doing the stream?
No, no. This is just through the chat. You don't have to worry about Discord.
Oh, so if I go, how do I go heist and then find out how many points I got? Or
you gotta do exclamation point and then points.
That's that little line and dot, right? Okay.
Yeah, I put it in. Well, I just spelled points wrong, like an idiot. So I put it in the chat. That's how you figure out how many points you got. We call it Geek Bucks because
right.
I wasn't creative.
I'm not really that stupid.
Oh fuck! Shut up.
I have no idea. You know, look, I'm on the StreamYard side. You know, I'm not even doing I have no idea what's going on in the side chat. So it's not like anybody cares about me and stuff. You know, I watched. You know, gee, I've been watching a lot of old Shanny videos lately. You know, and Rev videos just because they're funny as fuck, and I'm getting a little bit different context out of some of them. But
we've been finding a lot of older videos for the Salt Mine. Like I got one of it's an old G-Man video when he was still living in their house. It got sent to me, and trust me, it's funny as fuck. He goes through the house, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is great.
Did you see that video I did? The one about Lamont? Yeah. See, I kept telling G-Man, I've seen him a few times recently, like in the last year or so, right? I go, you don't remember me, right? We used to, you know, and he goes, no, I don't remember you. I would have, you know, and I thought the video had to be lost in my old laptop, right? That may or may not still fucking work, right? So I was like, but I was just, and I'm going, and Dragnauct did that video the other night, right? Where he was scrolling down G-Man, and all of a sudden he's like 6-7 years and shit. And I'm like, you know what? It takes a long time to scroll down on G-Man's channel, but you can find some really golden shit, you know? And I'll be goddamned a couple of minutes into it, there's my fucking face, right? From like 2012, right? When he was XX0054. I used to make so many fucking videos shitting on him, right? Calling him a piece of shit. You know, and all this crap and oh geez. But we actually had a brief. Now he's once again he's gonna say that this never happened or he doesn't remember, and that's fine. But we had a brief when I first came on and stuff and started doing that stuff. There was a guy, I don't remember the guy's name, but or the name that he used, you know, because well, G-Man doesn't use that, you know, he was XX0054, but anyway, G-Man, this guy was like really just shitting on me, like my, you know, like this, and G-Man actually came to my defense and goes, I'm sorry about my brother. He gets a little kind of like going, you know, he gets a little hot-headed sometimes or something like that. And we actually had a quick back and forth, not divulging a lot, but apparently I had, you know, in 2012, it had only been a couple of years since I become an atheist, right? And I talked to people about how I became an atheist, which really is very anticlimactic. But, and then he was talking about, describing his life situations about how he got to the point where he became a Christian, right? And we didn't get into specifics or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that, you know, he told me like certain things, but, you know, he came across as a guy that was probably not a good guy, you know, when he was younger and stuff, and maybe hit rock bottom or something happened that he had to change his life. And that's what he chose. Right. But he doesn't remember that. But, you know, I mean, but he also didn't remember a video that he still has up on his channel that he made in 2012, and he made another one too. But I just thought it was so funny when I saw that. It was like all of a sudden he goes, "Look at this atheist! Oh, look how dumb he is!" And I was like, "Holy fuck, that's me!" You know, I don't know. That was a pretty proud moment in my life. You know.
Yeah, I was proud when he mentioned us the other day, but then he was like, we were trolls and, I'm never going on the Geek Room. What do they have to offer for me?
And see, he mentions people because he wants them, it's like the same reason he keeps screaming Matt Dillahunty's name or Aaron Raw's name or Dragnauct's name. Without Dragnauct right now, I seriously don't think G-Man would have much of a following. He'd probably have less subscribers than he does now.
Oh, yeah. Like, most of the subscribers he's got is from Drunken Peasants, but then, like, the view count and the subscriber count do not match up at all. If you got 12,000, you should easily pull in maybe at least like 900 to 1,000 people.
Yeah,
right?
and seriously, if you look at a lot of his videos, not that a lot of people watch my videos, but I only have 457 subscribers. And if you have a sock account that does not subscribe to Grampy Lobster right now, or if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to Grampy Lobster right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the drive for 5, right? We are on the drive for 500. Get your sock accounts, get your account. We have the views, right? We're on the drive for 5, halfway to the 1,000, so we can get that goddamn super chat money. So get your sock accounts, make your mom's sock account, right? And subscribe as often and as many times as you can to Grampy Lobster. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Like, legit, if you haven't subscribed to Grampy Lobster, then there's... I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah.
I know that Adam E is in there. If you want to go ahead and put Grampy Lobster's channel in the chat, go for it.
And I got to tell you too, right? And I've said this before. If you've watched my videos, and some people have, I had been running this Fun Brigade thing for a while, not getting much of fucking anything, right? It was like okay, sometimes you throw things out there and see if it'll fly, see what catches,
Yeah.
You guys have done it and stuff, and I always had, and like I said, I always had that fun. I remember that Fun Brigade song from like when I was 5 or 6 years old, and it's always been in my fucking head. So when I found it on the internet, right, I was like, oh, I need to share this with people, right? But it hadn't really caught on. I didn't really know, and so and nobody had ever, and I did a bunch of them with that. And all of a sudden, one day, out of the fucking blue, there's this young kid named Adam E, right? And he just put #Fun Brigade, right? And basically from then on, the Fun Brigade was born.
It's a good thing. I like it. It fucking suits you too. Like, it suits you, suits your videos, so it's really cool. So,
but Adam E, he's the one that created the Discord, right? He's the one that hired our CFO, and he's also behind our legal department, right?
He does everything.
And plus, I told him anything that we make on merchandise, right? Me and Adam are splitting 50-50. We don't need a perpetuity thing or something like that. He's helped me out a lot. Hey, how you doing? Oh my God, there's my picture. But yeah, I'm serious. Without Adam, I am just the mouthpiece of Lobster Studios and Hot Wiener Emporium, right? Because people pretty much know that I don't script, and I just kind of like run my mouth and stuff like that. And I'm usually pretty fucking high, but and I have good hair, and I have a few voices that at times can be funny and other times can be annoying and stuff. But Adam, I got to tell you, he's the man. He's the brains behind the outfit, because I'm not smart enough to do some of the shit that's going on. But I'm serious though. I thought when I first met him, you see this picture of him, right? And I'm like, this is this young kid, right? And he wants to be funny and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get this, and everything. And I'm thinking, this guy's like new to the internet. I don't know how long he's been on the internet. But anyway, one day he asks me, I've said this before too. He messaged me. He goes, hey, can I get a fucking, can you get me an invite to the Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers? And I'm like, damn, man, he's young. I don't know if he's ready for that shit, right? And so I didn't answer him for a few days. And finally I was like, you know what? Boys got to learn how to sink or swim. That was pretty much where I was going, right? I'm like, God, I would hate, because I said, there's some people in there that will eat their young, right? Yep. They'll eat their own, right? When the lows are slow, you know, people start to, you know, and trolls, haters, and naysayers at times has been known to do that, right? Yep. I'm not shitting on any, I'm not talking about any, but people, that's happened before, right?
Yeah, I remember when Vaughn dropped out the first time, everybody just kind of went inward, just like, yep, I'm out.
Crazy, and a lot of, and it was pretty much done. I mean, people were just done with it. I mean, I've quit like 3 times, right, over the years. But I finally, one day I sent him an invite. I'm like, you know, look, the boys got to learn to sink or swim, right? I don't go into it very often. Sometimes I'll see how somebody's doing, or I'll say hi, or I'll post something, or whatever. But I went in there like, I don't know, a couple of days later, man, and I think Adam knew pretty much everybody in the fucking place. He was like the guy going, hey, you want a beer? Come over here. You know, and next time I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, where did this kid come from? You know, he needed the link, and it was there and shit. But yeah, it's plus I sent his son. I didn't know how it would be received, because I don't know, like, when you send a small child a gift. But I sent him one of those voice-activated hamsters. You know, the ones that repeat everything you fucking say. And I've seen these things on Facebook, these little commercials for him. I'm like, this kid's really either going to like that, or he's going to fucking get scared shitless, right? Because you don't know how kids are going to respond.
Yeah.
So I was going to send him one for Christmas, right? And they're not expensive, you know, but I'm like, you know, I don't have any, I'll never have grandkids, right? Which is probably a good thing, right? So I like my weed guy, right? I bought couple Christmases in 10 years, I bought his kids a couple gifts and stuff. And, you know, it's something I like to do, you know, nothing fancy and stuff, but makes me feel good. And, you know, hopefully brings a smile to somebody's face, you know, but unexpected shit or whatever. But anyway, but I was going to do it around Christmas, and I'm like, no, I mean, God, I don't know if his kid's going to, you don't know how a kid is, right? I don't want to scare the kid, you know, or whatever. So finally, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to find that, right? So I actually put it in my favorites, because I figured I'd send it to somebody somewhere, because I thought it was funny. So I sent him one, and I told him, I said, I sent your son a gift. I said, I don't know if he's going to like it, though, you know? And that was pretty much all I said, because I didn't know how to explain to him that I might be sending his son something that might traumatize him for life. But he got it in the mail, and Adam really enjoyed it. And his wife had a lot of fun with it, but at first his son wasn't really too sure what to think about this little furry fuzzy thing, like talking back to him and stuff. But so, you know, he played peekaboo with him, he said, and finally, I think it was at Betty's live stream the other night, towards the end. If you look at the stream somewhere along the line, he writes, "The boy likes the hamster now," or something like that. You know? So I was like, I figured he'd warm up to it, you know. But
I did forget. I did forget. God, fuck you. I did forget that we do have a new super chat.
You're gonna rub it in now? I've only got 457. I just talked and made an emotional plea. Well, for the drive for 5 and shit, and then you're gonna throw it in my face right now that you have a new super chat.
What's the new super chat sound? So when everybody does it, anytime someone sends in a super chat,
to the entire thing before somebody.
You'll get G-Man saying, "I like ding dongs too."
You know what? I have to tell you something seriously. If I had the money, I would hit that $25 super chat on Drag's fucking channel every chance I got, just because I think it's that fucking funny, you know? And I think there's a lot of people out there that would do the same thing. I mean, if he wanted to do a fundraiser, that would be a good idea. I'm not trying to, you know, throw shit. But you know how people do fundraisers sometimes?
Yeah.
If he was to lower And not to say that he's a guy that would do super chats, but that would be something. If you lower something like that and say, you know what, for the next 3 hours, right? It's only going to cost you, like, even if he put it down to $10, right? Can you imagine the amount of people that would end up having $10 to keep playing that fucking thing? And it could go to a charity of his choice, or it could go towards his trip to that that convention that he's going to, or something like that, right? You know, because it's a way to earn money, and it embarrasses him, but I still think that he. Sure, it annoys him because it gets him off track, but it's $25, but yeah, lower it down for like 4 hours, right? To like $10, right? I'll bet you he could get half his trip fucking paid for.
Yeah, I bet you can too.
And we just look at Drag's fucking face the entire time as he's responding facially, right? And emotionally to having to listen to that over and over and over. That would be a beautiful thing. And I think it could raise a lot of money.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
So I guess am I the only person that took the term devil's lettuce serious for this fucking show? Because I know Robbie's probably not stoned.
No, I don't smoke marijuana.
You don't smoke marijuana? Well, I didn't smoke any either. I ate some. I ate a lot. You should tell my eyes are pretty fucking, I can open my eyes like that. But I was just wondering. I thought, this was going to be some hot smokers, and we were going to talk about clean ways to share needles when we inject the marijuana. Speaking of, man, I've got cotton mouth really bad. I haven't smoked a goddamn thing. I've only had 2 cigarettes today so far, which is like amazing for me. And as long as I'm stoned, I don't get agitated. But if I'm not stoned and I don't have cigarettes, that's when it becomes a fucking problem, right? They keep trying to tell me these fucking lozenges are fucking, it's like, oh yeah, take these lozenges instead of a cigarette. Yeah, don't you cram them up your ass, I know they care, and they're trying to keep me alive. But oh shit. But I was watching these debates, and some of these people in this state about the marijuana issue, the legalizing it. And with all these states like legalizing it, I mean, what was it? In the state of Illinois, the lieutenant governor, I think it was like one of the first customers at a pot shop that opened, because hey, look. And in Rhode Island, they're still worrying about the kids. I've heard politicians using the term Mary Jane, right?
No.
Now the term Mary Jane, I first heard in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
As a kid. And as a kid, granted, I wasn't a pot smoker. I was at best 10 years old, right? But throughout my life, and I've known some hippies that were older than me. I've known some, except for maybe in a song, because I'm sure there's a song that says something about Mary Jane.
Yeah, Tom Petty's got one.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. But I didn't want to get copyrighted. I didn't want to get the Geek copyrighted or anything.
Yeah.
But I've never, and like I said, I've known older people that like smoke pot and were in the fucking 60s literally, and I think some of them still are, but some of the terminology they use, right, that is I've never heard one person ever refer to pot as Mary Jane, right?
Oh.
The terms for pot for a joint years ago, right? Some of the terms, I can't really think of a lot of them right now, but or some of the pills, the names of pills that some of them had some crazy fucking names too. Done well, okay, my share of it wasn't as much as some people, but I did have a thing for speed for a long time. I figured if I was going to be fucking high, if I was going to be fucked up, I'd rather be wired than just laid back and shit.
Downer. You don't like downers.
Yeah, unless it was time for something to really put you down and listen to Pink Floyd or some, like the Doors or something like that, but but I mean, and there was times for that, as well. But the whole I don't know.
Yeah, we are going to start like doing that for super chats. Like if you send a super chat and you want Billy to read it, you put hashtag Billy read this, then put a really long word. So we were on the goddamn podcast Tuesday, and
I love that.
and someone sent in the actual phobia for really long words and stuff like that. So we had a whole thing about it. And it was funny as fuck. Fuck, I don't know. I pick at Billy, but I couldn't say it. So, but yeah, check us out if you want. That was on the goddamn podcast this Tuesday. It was actually pretty fun. We introduced like right at the end of it. That was like once you're about to end it, let me know because I got something. I knew what the fuck he was going to do.
That would be a bucket list thing to ever be on that show. I've liked that show for years. You know?
Yeah.
I was at TJ. What's the guy with the hair?
TJ. Then there's Drucifer. Then there's
Drew,
Dark Matter.
Drew.
Yeah.
I remember when Drew first came out. I was like, God, I love his hair. You know, he was like the first metal atheist that besides Aaron Raw. I don't know that Aaron's like metal, but he came out when he first. I thought he was going to be a lot more popular than he is because he used to do that show with Live Life and. But I watch their show. I don't watch it all the time, but sometimes like when I get up in the morning, when I'm like playing Facebook casino games or something like that, trying to wake up, I'll watch like the goddamn podcast or like you guys, or something from like the day before or something. But I've always liked their show. They're awesome guys.
Yeah, as soon as TJ did his spiel, kind of like what Bran does, he's like, "All right, Billy, now you can do it." Billy presses the button for "Black people do coke," and TJ was like, "Who did it?" Like they were so fucking so fucking ecstatic. They all fucking out laughing and ended the show right there. And I was like, that was fucking great.
Yeah, those two got good chemistry. They're like two mellow dudes that like to drink, and I'm pretty sure the Drew probably does drugs. You know, I can't be sure, but he looks like a guy that.
That's the best measure to tell how someone's cool is what I
But yeah, when he came out, I was like, that is a badass look, you know, and he makes it work, you know.
Yeah.
Plus, he's
I think
a
he's still
motorhead.
got his. Yeah, I think he's.
Wait
still
a
got
minute.
his long hair.
Does that mean I'm not cool?
No, Peter, you're cool. You got long hair too, man.
Who is
I got long hair, but I don't do drugs.
Oh shit!
I don't even know who this person is.
This is Peter going to go for it. He does a lot of stuff for Scientist Mel, and he's the one that actually made the Steve McRae little thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I jumped in. So I left a message. Frank was not at the keyboard, so I think he might have missed it. Thanks for using that, guys. I mean, my stuff is available to everyone, and it's great. Mel did a great job designing that T-shirt, and mine is in the mail, and I will wear it on the show.
He's got one too. Oh shit. Yeah. So this is the guy that did he's also like doing the parody cartoons of us, so we can put them on shirts for charity and stuff like that. So, but yeah, he's the mastermind behind the Steve McRae little photo down there. So it's fucking great.
Are you the one that does the commercials for Scientist Mel?
Yep, I do pretty much everything.
God, that's some funny shit. Oh man, I watched that.
I'm also the one who did part of the Rhapsody. I'm working on the full Rhapsody, but it is hard to keep up with what's going on in the McCrazy sphere, because every time I finish the scene, they fuck up, they mess up, kick someone out, and I can start all over again. But
I feel your pain, man. How many times I've been like, I don't know if this about done with a video, and all of a sudden I'll get a notification, and it's like, fuck, another 4 fucking hours, man.
I don't know. Have you guys all seen the
what?
The Rhapsody? Yeah, I seen part of it.
No, I don't. I'm not familiar. I can't watch everything.
I didn't even know who Gary Snowflake was until I still don't know.
If you want, if you want, I can show it. I can pull it up.
Ah, sure.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
didn't know who Gary Snowflake was until he did the Emu Howling Wolf thing. It just came up because I've got him in my search engine thing, and then when he did the thing about, hey, this is Grampy Lobster, it's like, oh fuck.
That Too Tall Rob bit that he's doing is fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, Rob.
Get high.
Oh,
So, I've been meaning to ask. Has anybody? I just found out fucking Jason or Rev wrote a fucking book.
Oh yeah.
Has anybody read that piece of shit?
Yeah, it's gotten some really bad reviews.
I spent $1. I want to do a reading series on it because. I like reading so bad it's good shit. So
have you read the about? Have you read the about? On the.
I did read. Yeah, I read there was like this review that was obviously like written, like bought and paid for, about how he was like this new voice in the sci-fi community and shit. But yeah, I read like the first 10 pages of it. And I'm like, this is so bad. I haven't figured out if it's like good enough to like where other people are going to want to hear me or anybody else read it, but it's pretty fucking.
Well, it might come down to presentation. Yeah, you could like do like a reading, like sitting in a chair,
Yeah.
reading from the Book of Rev,
Behind that big like, G-Man's green screen library there.
Yeah. Today we're going to cover chapter 1.
Well, if I read it right, it's supposed to be like a 4-part series too. So.
Yeah. There you go. You've got yourself a mini series, And like if you read it, like sophisticatedly or as seriously as you can, with some emotion and.
Have you guys ever heard of Chapo Trap House, the podcast? They're kind of like lefty, social democrat podcast. Real frickin' Six Senses of humor. But they read this book. They read books by they read one by Steven Seagal that was really fucking funny. So and basically it's based like the way I would do it is the same way they do it, where you have an audience of people that laugh along with you when you point out that the guy, if I pulled it up, it would fuck up my iPad. So, but yeah, there's just some shit in there that just needs to be read and laughed at by people, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Myself, I'm not best when it comes to like reading things. I mean, I can read the words, but I stutter a lot. But somebody with practice, or I don't know, it might be a
yeah.
It could be an award-winning miniseries.
Well, well, first of all, it starts off with Austria invading the United States with no explanation, and then all of a sudden, some aliens. I don't know. It's pretty fucking funny. I
Austria.
Yeah, General Zoloft is like the name of the bad guy, the main bad guy, and then like some scientist.
General Zoloft. Funny thing was, he was probably prescribed Zoloft too. I gotta come up with a name for an evil character. Oh, there's some Zoloft. Oh, yeah, Admiral Zoloft. Yeah, yeah, that sounds good.
And then Dr. Trazodone.
Colonel Ambien.
All right, I think Peter has it. Peter, if you want to go ahead and share the screen, we'll go ahead and.
Sure, go ahead.
You can just put me on full screen. I can switch from there.
Yeah, you got to share the screen first, then I can put you on full screen.
No, it's so what I have on screen now. I'll just there you go.
Okay,
I'll switch. All you need to do is put me on full screen.
Let's do.
Oh my God! Now it's all about you.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Got to figure out how to do
That
it
is a good
without
picture.
Me on it.
Hi, everybody.
Let me check first.
There we go. I got you. Hey, Animaster, by the way, so.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. I'll start it.
Now there's a tool boy posting his hate speech. He's just a tool boy with insecurities. Can't wait to block all his misogyny. Comment wars dying down. Have we let it go? We will not know. Cause now here come the trolls. I've been trolls. We will not. Cause now here come the trolls. We will not. Cause now here come the trolls. Now here come the trolls. Now here come the trolls. Trolls. Oh, I'll delete them out delete that. I'll delete them if they troll. Mark Zuckerberg, make all of my friends sound just like me. Like me. Like me.
Expose me, Boomer.
Oh, God. Holy shit. Yeah. That's brilliant shit. Holy. It's a nuke school bus.
Yeah, that's already been changed up again because Nick's back, so he wasn't thrown under the bus completely. So that's going to be edited out. But yeah, I need to keep up with the current drama to finish the entire thing.
I haven't seen a musical piece like that since Side 10 Atheist. I mean, I'm not comparing the two, but I'm just saying that.
I'm actually going to use part of Side 10 has also made this Rhapsody with the different lyrics,
right?
And I'm going to use part of that in the final thing. So it's going to be this song and Side 10 song because part of his lyrics are even better than these. But it's slowly getting there.
I'm so sorry he's gone. I was actually, oh God, it was after it was down and stuff, and I didn't know, but I was going to actually have a caricature, Grampy Lobster caricature that was going to pay for the thing and everything. And we went to go to his webpage that they used to have and everything, and it was gone. And I was like, oh man, I knew I waited too fucking long. But oh shit, but that's good. That was funny.
Side 10 stuff is still here though,
but not his store.
Oh, that I wouldn't know. I've seen the audio page and he's got a YouTube channel as well.
Right. But I'm talking about his store that he had where you could get caricatures made. You'd send him like a picture, and that's how I guess all these people had their character. There used to be a thing where he would do your caricature, you know. And it's not there anymore, and I knew I'd waited too long. But I like the character. You know, I had this one done. Christina Blackfeather did it for me, which I thought was like really peachy Swelliver and stuff. But yeah, that was funny. My face started hurting really fast. Oh shit.
Yeah, so if you guys don't mind, I'd like to read a section of the book for you.
Oh, I'd even mute for that. I don't know. Shut up, Lobster.
After the great leader Zonford had devised a plan to eliminate all threatening inhabitants of Earth and to begin his campaign for world domination, all of Earth's nations united to defend their home. Earth chose to resist. Zonford had assembled a massive army. When all the battles had concluded, Zonford emerged victorious. Sorry, it's not Zoloft. This signaled the arrival of the great slaughters. Zonford entered nations and wiped out complete dynasties. Generations of great leaders perished at the hands of the tyrant. And then it goes on to this signaled a very prosperous time in Earth's history when the economy was strong and the crime rate was almost non-existent. It was unclear if this was because of Zonford's final solution or just because there were fewer people to commit crimes. Unemployment disappeared, a problem of the past. The only people who experienced poverty were those who deliberately decided to not work. Along with the addicts and the mentally ill, they became vagrants. The super corporations of the world flourished. Manufacturing boomed and people purchased things just as fast as production took place. For the first time in Earth's history, 98% of the population enjoyed the benefits of an unlimited job market. So basically, like, mass genocide isn't a bad thing as long as the economy turns around. Little did anyone know that a terrible evil, an evil far worse than Zonford, stood poised and ready to strike down the inhabitants of Earth. So what gets me is like then he goes on to describe what Zonford looks like, and then he talks about how after describing that the entire world's leadership was destroyed, there's still this pesky thing called the United States. Because he regrets not eliminating the government completely. It was a precarious and unusual political situation. Zonford had ultimate rule over the country, but the leadership fought him in every way they could. The pundits described it as the Zonford occupation of the United States. This was as accurate as a description as could be formulated. Zonfa read the transcript of the latest Senate and House activities. Fuck it. This isn't as interesting as I thought it was. Sorry, guys.
I just put Peter's channel in the side chat for anybody that wants to go subscribe to him. Real quick, I haven't put up Discord in a bit. So some things kind of went through. And since Animancer is in here, I figured he would get a kind of kick out of this because this is going on about more Brett Keane shit.
Dude, I was literally reading this right as you were speaking.
So Will sends me a response. He's like, if you want to do the standard,
breaking news.
Like call Brett names and shit the manatee, mac and cheese. Apparently there's packages.
He has rates? He has individual fucking rates? Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so the mac and cheese package, which is $100 plus the 10%, is basically you can call him names and shit and stuff like that. So it's $100. That is non-negotiable. He's like, you're a smaller channel, so we're cutting you deals based on views. Anyway, there's another package. He's like, I know that sounds steep, but generally speaking, an appearance from Brett generates about 120% to 200% increase in monetary contributions. So like Patreon, Super Chats, etc. I have the data if you want to take a look at it.
It's just going to be literally one drunken peasant special that he uses for data.
Yeah.
That's really fucking, that's interesting. Yeah, dude, what is this? This is like, instead of Disney Plus, we have fucking God TV Radio Plus now. Like, he has all these fucking different packages and everything. Oh, you can get this match. Oh my God.
Yeah, Adam responded very well, and that's a hard no. I am not paying you, Brett. All right. I know you're still.
Adam? Was Adam negotiating?
No, Adam just basically responded for me, and
I didn't know our legal department had gotten involved with this contract or anything.
So he was like, "That's a hard no," and I was like, "I'm sitting there thinking like yes," and Will's like, "All right, let me know if you want to negotiate it down." I thought it was non-negotiable. So is it negotiable or non-negotiable? Because at this point, you kind of. It's going to be a hard fucking no. I'm not paying you, Brett.
Yeah,
right?
Dude, I don't like the idea, and I've never liked the idea of Brett Keane being paid money just for being the idiot that he is. It makes me really uncomfortable that it ever happened. I don't like that it happened because now he has this idea in his head that he can demand it of fucking people. It's fucking sickening. No, you don't get to be
if
paid.
If you give me $100, I'll let you shit all over me. You know, because
I like how
I'm a piece of shit.
Well, I can do that anyway by bringing up a video.
The only way I can make any money now is to have people to pay me so they can talk about my diet and the fact that I look like I'm 90, you know, and very sickly but fat. And I remind people of a manatee, and I'm too lazy to get out of bed, but I demand people cam up. Fuck.
People paid him to eat a cheeseburger, so I'm not surprised that he has these.
Yeah, but that was the drunken peasants' money. You know, they were the standard. You know, they were making the money. They could afford it. You know, apparently.
That's where these metrics are coming from about the super chats and PayPal and shit. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
and that's pretty sad. Look how far Brett Keane has fallen. Now, I've fallen before. I think a lot of channels that have been up for a while, or people, you know, that had taken hits and had to change that. You know, you get that, right? But you get back up and everything, right? So I've had to climb back up slowly but surely like other people and stuff. But my channel was never to the level of Brett Keane nutty, right? Now, Brett Keane was the big atheist. He was the guy that convinced TJ Kirk to start doing videos as the amazing atheist, right? So he was there from the fucking very beginning. He was there at the start. And now look how far he's... At TJ's, he took his lumps for years in the beginning, right? There were some things that were a lot of people thought was really shady when he was selling things and offering people, or just there were some things that, you know, didn't quite work out well. And he lost a lot of like subscribers, but he always climbed back up. You know, hell, he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, you know, was on the Drunken Peasants, things like that, you know. Brett Keane has gone from that level. I mean, not the Joe Rogan level, but he went from like somebody from the start to literally having to tell people that they have to pay him so they can call him a piece of shit and a fucking manatee.
Yeah, that's not how this fucking works. Like, you're not gonna have another fucking drunken peasants come around and offer you that fucking shit. It's just not gonna happen anymore because, like, like it or not, Brett Keane, this entire the Geek Room is not built around you. It's not an entire fucking show in which you are like considered a huge fucking antagonist. So who are you to fucking ask for fucking money?
Exactly. Even if I had the drunken if we made the money the drunken peasants made, I still wouldn't pay you.
Would you send us
for that shit?
Coupons?
Huh?
I'd send him some Burger King coupons.
Yeah, I'll send him that.
Oh yeah, some coupons, sure. Maybe
some recipes.
Yeah, I'll let him gum down a Whopper on the stream, sure, if he wants to make himself feel a little bit better. But yeah,
hey, a man's got to eat, you know.
Exactly, you know.
I've got something to point out actually. Did Von
I
Helton
fooled them. It's dinner.
Did Von Helton ask you for any money for that interview that you did?
For the first interview, no. No, the first interview he didn't.
He used to say $1,000. He's
yeah,
out
he
as much as
I wonder where he got that from, huh?
Yeah, I think that's actually like after or around the same time. So no,
well,
his was
every
like,
week was pledge week.
Yeah, like Von Helton's was $2,000. We never had to pay him. I told him I would pay him this time if he thinks he's getting jumped, and I got $30 to send him if it does. I'll take that hit. It's like, you know what, Von is something to our show. Like, we got noticed was because of Von Helton. So I feel, all right, I'll toss a couple bucks your way. It's not gonna be much,
Dude, I'm just, man, Brett Keane, you just reaffirmed to the entire world you are actually lower than Von Helton. You are actually below Von Helton, and you're much more fucking boring, in my opinion, too. A lot more to him.
Wait, Vaughn asked $1,000 to come on the show.
When we first started getting like somewhat sort of, yeah. When we started getting somewhat sort of noticed, I asked Vaughn to come on the show.
Geek Room wannabes.
And I think Robbie actually helped facilitate that too. I remember you actually was in his live chat saying that we wanted him on, and that. And then that's when he made the claim, was like, oh yeah, well, my going rate is $2,000. I guarantee these guys don't have two nickels rubbed together. That's when I made the nickel video.
I have a question. Was that before or after Robbie Battle made that video that says, I do not wish to be friends with the Geek Room?
I think that was a long time afterwards. But
it's a good price. I mean, we've had Jesus on and God's wife, and even they don't charge.
That's true. Yeah. Exactly.
So that's how that happened, and like that's when we started getting noticed, and I think that actually like Grampy and a lot of people in the Trolls Hate and Acer, that's when they started noticing and stuff like that. And so I feel sort of not indebted to Von Helton, but I give him some credit, because if he didn't do that and I didn't make the nickel video,
Stinky.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten noticed as much. But and so it's
I blame Secular Opinion. He's the one that got me hooked, whether he knows it or not.
I can't even remember how. Like I remember. I sort of do.
I remember exactly how I did. So
Bran, because me and Bran had this playlist that's unlisted that we put all of our videos that we wanted to go over. Bran was like, put this guy. He was like, he put Von Helton in there. And with the first video we did of Von Helton was the Alex Jones and Bill Hicks video. And so I remember that because I first were like, oh my God, this guy makes he's got to become like our regular. Like we got to keep fucking going after him. And when I think it like really amped up when we was like, hey, we made a response to this. He hit our video. And then he did the 2K thing. And I was like, oh, he fucked up now because we're going to keep going after him each fucking week. So...
I have a question, and this is an idea. This is maybe a way you could present, like maybe Brett Keane has packages. Maybe if you maybe Von Helton's got some packages too. Right?
I think Brett Keane's compensating for something when he advertises his packages. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what kind of package would Stinky have? And for
Swan's
what price?
package. Swan's package is probably about $30. I guess.
Glitter bomb special. It was a pipe bomb. Could have gone off in my kid's face. It could have blinded somebody. That's like your mom saying, "Put that stick down. You put somebody's eye out." You know.
But yeah, I mean, the whole reason I brought up the Von Helton is because I feel like Brett Keane's like this rotting cow carcass that refuses to actually be fucking buried. It's just fucking sitting there, and no one actually wants to deal with the situation. Like, animal control's not gonna fucking clean it up. It's just
nobody watches this fucking little God TV radio podcast.
Yeah, and there's that rotting carcass just right there, begging for someone to fucking take care of it, and put it out of its fucking misery, and give it the fucking decency and respect of being cleaned up. But it'll never fucking happen. It's just gonna rot there.
Evil atheist, man, just degrading a good Christian, God-fearing
believer. Not a Christian. He's a God believer.
God believer.
Yeah. Stinky is Von Helton. Hold on, keep talking. I gotta do something real quick.
You know what?
All right, rabble.
It's pretty. You know, it's almost like Brett Keane has become a Von Helton wannabe. You know, and that's.
I imagine aspiring to be like Von Helton. Yeah, I mean. He really is. Brett Keane really is like discount Von Helton in my opinion, because there's more to Von Helton to talk about and be like, I can still watch a Von Helton video and be surprised by some of the crazy shit that he comes up with. But with Brett Keane, it's just we've all seen drunken peasants talk about it. There was a time where their show was predominantly talking about Brett Keane, and he's been talked to death. Everything that can be said about Brett Keane has been fucking said. Yeah. So. For him to even ask for any money at all at this point, it's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. You got your fucking money from the drunken peasants when they were doing that shit and talking about you. Be happy that you fucking got paid at all. I wouldn't have given your dumb ass a fucking cent, but I know that they did make a lot of money off it, so it was probably worth it for them. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Fuck that. I'm not paying Brett Keane, and neither should Frank. I'm glad that he made the right fucking decision not to.
Well, I thought it was funny, and I understand how a lot of people would say, you know, I would never pay him, I wouldn't give him, but I did watch the video and it was funny. And
it was funny. It was funny.
And the thing is, like, I think it was I'm sorry, Wilson, or I think he was the one that somebody mentioned the thing about eating a bowl of Captain Crunch for Von Helton, dry Captain Crunch, right? And then we thought about. I came up with the idea of I'd try to come up with the money to get him to try to eat lettuce, you know.
I'll still pay Von Helton
because he has no teeth. You know what I'm saying?
I will do a fundraiser for Von Helton if he'll eat a bowl of Captain Crunch. Like, no lie, I'll do it. I'll put up a GoFundMe and everything.
Eat a bowl of Captain Crunch. That's the problem.
He's got some strong fucking guy. You've seen how he can go through some fucking shit. I mean,
he claims he can gum a steak.
Well, what's a steak to Stinky? You know what I'm saying? Are you talking about like a nice steak? You know,
clearly not.
Or are you talking about
probably steakums? That's probably what he thinks is steak.
Country fried steak.
But how sad does your life have to be if you want to become like Von Helton?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
He's the teacher's pet of the gods, and we're all going to jail. You know that, right?
Physical jail?
Physical. I mean, no, we're going to. It's federal prison. Federal prison jail.
That's worse. That was
Matter
a
of fact,
G-Man
health
joke.
Cell. I know it's a G-Man joke. I know it's a G-Man joke, but we're talking about Von Helton, and we're talking about some. I know, physical jail, but this is some serious fucking shit. We're not talking about physical jail. We're talking about federal fucking prison. Von Helton is sending everybody to federal fucking prison. Seriously, you know, if you speak ill of him in any way, shape, or form at this point, you're going to fucking prison. You know, he's already said that. You know, we've seen that live.
I did that. I think a week or a week and a half ago to his face. I'm still here.
Well, you know what? You know, logistics are important, and sometimes the element of surprise. You know.
Well,
I mean, like I told people, we've got We've got
He can hitch a
sandbag-
ride with G-Man. G-Man is going to visit all the Dragoons, and since Doc Savage and I are both in Holland, maybe he can do a 2-for-1 when he comes visit here. And if he can drag Von Helton along, I'd meet him.
Yeah, I just want to put out there, Doc Savage, personal friend of mine. But anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah, Von Helton can hitch a ride with G-Man when he comes into Holland to visit the Dragoons.
Yeah, that would.
He'll probably won't make it past Amsterdam, where he would land, because there's a lot of gay men in Amsterdam, and he'll probably be praying and praying and praying all those thoughts away.
Yeah, he'd be tempted to go fuck them all,
Yeah, you have to remember G-Man's other weakness is good-looking white women. I mean, look how he melted with Shannon.
Yeah, women like Shannon.
Yeah, with Shannon.
Good-looking women like Shannon.
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
Bag of sand tits.
I got a picture to entice G-Man. Hold on. Okay. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
That'll get him here.
Pray that away, G-Man. G-Man, I'll tell you right now, let's bow our heads and ask the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to not have naughty thoughts while we're looking at that picture.
Man, I'll never forget when G-Man picked up
He'd be better off asking the Lord Jesus Christ for a house. Just saying.
God gives me the strength not to touch a man's penis.
All right. One thing that does surprise me, he goes around in public screaming and yelling at his phone. He doesn't get shot. He doesn't get arrested. I don't know where the hell he's hanging out, but it's not part of the U.S.
See, that's all part of the prophecy, because I actually asked him that question one time.
Oh yeah.
I asked him in a live stream one time. I said, personally, I find it funny when he did his street preacher thing. When he was screaming all over fucking New York, talking about how shitty atheists were, and when he confronts the Black Hebrew Israelites, I think it's funny as fuck, right? Scripture fights, and really, I always thought those things were funny. My God's got a bigger dick. But there's some big motherfuckers there, and there's some people there. There's probably a bit of criminal activity involved as well. There's probably a few people on probation, prisons. I'm saying, but so I asked him. I said, "Are you ever afraid or fearful that this might just be the time you get your ass kicked, right? Live on
they shot someone.
Yeah,
they actually shot someone, and I watched a video of his where he was approaching them.
Yeah,
and he said, "I don't want to cross the street because I don't want to get shot."
Yeah,
he yelled that at the Black Hebrew Israelites.
But he told me that it was prophesied to him that would actually happen. And then he said something about the Bible and, like that. But he actually said that it was prophesied somewhere in the Bible, or God told him or something like that somehow in the end, he's going to end up getting the shit kicked out of him, shot, or some other, I don't know, maybe fucked in the ass, publicly.
I don't want to see him get hurt, but see him roughed up a little on video on his own stream.
Kind of like when Corky was getting beat up in the middle of the street and he was screaming like a pig.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
Any other time I would have thought, oh my God, that's horrible, but it was Corky.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to see him get seriously hurt.
No.
But if he gets shoved around a little and put in his place a little bit, yeah, that would be funny.
I think it will happen, and he's going to run into the wrong Black Hebrew group one time. I think it's going to happen.
It's a matter of time.
And used to be, before they got religious, a lot of those cats and those, like the Black Hebrew Israelites, are in gangs and stuff.
Yeah. G-Man was no saint before he was a Christian. Yeah.
All right, so
I'm not that he's a saint now. I mean, but.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
No, he made a couple of bucks with that safe.
That is true.
I've been watching. So I think it was Sabella who put up an entire video of every time he mentioned the thing with the safe. There's no two stories that line up, and in the end, he found the safe. So he should have taken that safe to the police, and so they could get it to the rightful owner. What he did is he opened it and then took the money that was inside it, gave some of it to his dad. I don't know how that is in America, but in my country, that's stealing. So, but
our
yeah,
legal department would agree with that.
G-Man is a little triggered. I sniped his Hangouts a couple of times, and so he has it in for me.
Oh,
and still hasn't learned to not put the link in the side chat so everyone can join. I mean, if there's an invite in the side chat, I'm going to hop in.
He's G-Man though. If he learned, he wouldn't be G-Man anymore.
True.
He's not that tech savvy.
He's not savvy at much at all.
No, I'd agree.
Savvy at yelling and at people and yelling into that bullhorn.
Yeah, but so the parody that he did of Dragnauct, how the hell doesn't he get arrested acting like that in the middle of the street? People, there should be people in white coats helping him in a van, and
I'm pretty sure they
happen
in that area. I'm pretty sure they know him pretty well. They probably the normal thing. They probably just that's that crazy G-Man. Or
I fucking hate when he pulls out that megaphone. Like I really fucking can't stand it. It's the most annoying fucking thing in the entire world. Like he's fucking loud enough as it is, you know. Jeez.
Jesus Christ, Margaret, shut the fucking window. Lamont's out there screaming like a monkey again. And I didn't mean monkey like a... Jeez, that's not...
No, it's fine.
Well, speaking... I was going to say, like, I do have to end this because I do got to go to work in a second. So Billy wanted me to, like, get the black people do coke things. So, but before I do that, anybody here that has a channel, if you want to go ahead and plug it in, we'll go from Anahatta, then Peter, and then Robbie, if you got a channel, and then Grampy Lobster. So if you want to go ahead, Anahatta.
Oh, okay. I have a channel called Underhaven. I've been commenting in the chat. If you want to check that out, we do a podcast every week. News, entertainment, politics, that type of thing. If you want to check it out, then yeah.
All right, Peter.
Okay. So I'm Peter the Tucker. I run the Gonna Go For It channel. I got 3 amazing co-hosts. Lilith Liberated, who has her own channel. Go find that on YouTube as well. Robert Reed, who I call the Neil deGrasse Tyson of atheism, and the fabulous Artemis Brain Sample. We talk to theists every once in a while. We talk to atheists, and Robert and Lilith are actually coming up with a new kind of show where they will discuss specific topics. So, Frank, if I had a wrench, I would put in a link, but put in the link for me because you don't want to give me a wrench, do you? I mean,
I'll give you a wrench. You got to say something.
I had to say that. Yeah. And I'm also working on some new artwork for the Geek Room. That'll be available as soon as they think the public needs to know.
As soon as Billy sends me a fucking picture. God damn
so
it.
I made Billy an intro. I think 4 or 5 months ago. I'm still waiting for him to send me the stuff that I need to put in the intro to make it his. I've used just stuff that I pulled off of YouTube. Billy isn't fast. He's not.
He's not. Robbie,
he might be the slowest person on YouTube. Does he actually do his own channel? I mean, let's diss Billy a little.
But you know, when you twerk like
Billy helped scientist Mel coming up with a character that looks like me, right? Dr. Geriatric. Yeah. Go look on Mel's channel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. All right, Robbie, got anything?
I love it too.
Yeah, if you just put in Robbie Battle, Don't mistake me
so
for
much shit on Robbie's panel.
don't mistake me for Seth Rollins or any of these other weird people that re-upload my videos. But,
Or all the other videos.
Robbie Battle, that'll put you to my current channel. I got like 5 videos up. I'm working on more though.
You have more than that.
Oh, there's re-downloads from people that's they pick some of my not favorite videos and re-upload.
Poor Robbie. He's
No,
had
that
so many
goes.
videos made on him.
Can't get rid of them.
No.
Oh well.
God, I still have some stuff, Robbie.
I know you got them, and Seth Rollins got a whole whack of them.
Oh, I've got some stuff you don't know about. But anyway, yeah.
All right, Lobster, you're last, man.
I'm Grampy Lobster. Subscribe to my channel and I don't know, add all your sock accounts. Like I said, this is a drive to 5, halfway to 1,000, so we can get that goddamn super chat money. And let me see, support Patreon, Fun Brigade, hashtag Fun Brigade. I'm sure Adam would be more than happy to put a link in the side chat. And for Grampy Lobster mugs on Teespring, we also have a link for that I'm sure Adam would be more than happy to put in the side chat. And we've got more designs to come. Fun Brigade stuff is merchandise going to be coming out soon. Grampy Lobster stuff. And if the guy with the hat, by the way, I love your hat. I really do. If you
Thanks.
wanted to throw an intro my way, I would wash your car or something like that for you sometime. If you pay for me to come to Holland, and stay at your house, I'd be glad to wash your car.
So what's your channel?
Grampy
Lobster?
Lobster. Grampy Lobster. And
Okay, I'll check it out.
literally feel free to use anything. Seriously.
Okay.
Trust me. And when I say that, I've worn a donkey suit on cameras before.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm usually stoned. And I make videos that Brad Silverdog said I don't make videos, I make movies. They're not response videos, they're not anything like that. My producer Carl, who happens to be a stuffed bear, we sent him to producing school, and it was a correspondence class, and he learned
Your producer is Carl, and he's a stuffed bear.
Yeah.
Artie's producer is Carl, and he's a stuffed giraffe.
Wow. And we've also got the sloth here. We've got
I spy Brett Keane in the chat, by the way.
Slacker sloth. Oh, Brett Keane's in the side chat.
I think it's the real one. I think it's the real one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the real one. We just talked about you and your prices, Brett. It's gonna be a hard no, man. I'm not paying you. Just saying.
Thoughts and prayers, though, Brett. Sure, go ahead, Brett. Absolutely. But anyway, that's pretty much my spiel. Thanks for letting me come in.
All right.
Once again, I'm the only one that's stoned on Devil's Lettuce, which I guess I'm the only one that took anything of this seriously.
Nope, I am too.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 of us that actually took the name of this fucking show seriously. I mean, goddamn Frankie, he's got to go to work. Why can't you go to work? Hi, Frankie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you do. Maybe you work with heavy machinery. Maybe you've got to be exact in a lot of things. Maybe you've got to do things precisely. I mean,
going to nuke school. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe you're going to nuke school.
I'm sorry. That's fucked.
God, first time I ever heard that, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Fuck me.
You know what the problem is with nuke school? They don't teach you how to spell.
Apparently. Did you watch Nate Brody's video when they were going by that? I don't know, the court papers that Steve was writing? Yeah. I mean,
I watch every video Nate puts out.
Yeah,
Nate is one of my favorite channels.
Yeah, check out Nate Brody if you have not checked him out. He's going over it like in detail, and it's fucking awesome. You guys can keep talking, but I'm going to go ahead and play the Black People Do Coke so I can go ahead and end this.
Black People Do Coke.
Latest.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, y'all can still talk. I just